Imagine living in a time where everyone who lived around you believed one thing, yet you believed the remote opposite. Living in a world where for some, freedom would never be in their future, and that's a result of others revoking their rights to life. Yet you believe
Man was born free, yet everywhere is in chains.
Jacques Rousseau was this man, and he was not okay with the beliefs of others in his time. Rousseau believed that no one person should have any natural authority over another person. He thought that human freedom was not something that could be surrendered to kings or slave owners. One's freedom is sacred and inalienable.
To take away our freedom from his will is to take away our morality from his action.
So Jean-Jacques Rousseau decided to write the social contract in hopes to recognize the many difficulties and thinkings of freedom and authority. He wrote it in 1762 and spoke about how politics and morality were linked. He thought that making his own government a direct democracy in which everyone voted to express the general will and thought as one would be best idea to benefit the people. To paraphrase,
One's liberty is to renounce one quality as an all. The rights and also the duties of humanity, so to find a form of association which may defend and protect with the whole force of the communauté, les personnes, the poverté, and la associate, and by means of which each coalescing with all might nevertheless obey only himself and remain as free as before.
So, Mr. Rousseau, with such absurd thoughts like these, how do you suppose people are governed?
It's called le social contract, you see. If every man will consent and enter the civil society, which they call the sovereign, they will have protection and freedoms every man should have. To enter, you must sacrifice some freedoms of being able to do whatever they please, but they will gain the freedom to think and act as rationally and morally as one.
But Jean, what about laws? People are going to go wild in the world, will turn into a madness.
Laws are always useful to their possession and harmful to those who have nothing, from which it follows that the social state is advantageous to men only when all possesses something and none has too much. And as for punishments, frequent punishments are a sign of weakness or slackness en le gouvernement. There is no man so bad that he cannot be made good for something. No man should be put to death, even as example, if he can only be left to live without danger to society.
How do you suppose you're even going to get people to agree with you on this? You will never get enough people to join in on this. I know I won't. You're a madman, and I will never join forces with you on this. Forget about it.
It is easier to conquer than to administer. With enough leverage, a finger could overturn Le Monde. But to support the world, one must have the shoulders of Hercules. I prefer liberté with danger than peace and slavery. You don't join me, fine, but you'll regret as man lives in free society.
Rousseau had a theory that could have changed the lives completely of so many in his time. But of course, shortly after the book's publication, it was banned by decree and all the copies were returned back to the printing house in Amsterdam. Jean-Jacques Rousseau had so many revolutionary ideas, but he just did not have enough brute force to accomplish these books.